Hi everyone, this is Debbie at Color Everywhere. I almost forgot where I was, and I'm just taking some time today to do a little bit of sorting and clean out and just general getting things in order for my next project. So what I've been doing is I had a lot of things out that needed to be put away, and I'm just going through and doing a little bit of straightening up and sorting out. I had a lot of charms that were just kind of jumbled up. And what I've done is I have this large snap ring. I think it's what it's called. It's just a great big one. And I've gone through and sorted all my little charms out together. So like I put birds together and stars together and just sorted things like that. And then I have a few that are miscellaneous. So what I did, I have these large jump rings and bulb pins. And I put the charms, let me hold it up here. I put the charms on the bulb pin. And then I put the bulb pin on the big ring. And then I put the big ring on the big ring. So these are just, I have a lot of other charms, but these are just the ones that I want to use in some upcoming things I'm working on. Some tags and different things. I want to use some of these charms. So these, I've got these over here on a hook right by my desk. And that's very convenient. So then I got to thinking, I had a lot of loose ribbons and laces and things like that. And I had this hanger that some socks came on. So I took my big punch and I punched holes in it. There were holes, these two holes were already here. And then I punched the rest of them in. And these were already here. So I think I'm going to punch some more holes up here and put short things, and then the long ones will hang down below. So, but I'm going to go ahead and finish filling this up right now. And find something to put on the spot that's glaring because it's bothering me. There, that's a little better. Okay. What I do a lot of times is as I'm working and I have extra stuff, I just throw it in this little box over here. And I'll lay these short things up here because I'm going to hang them from the top. And then when I need something, I can go to this box. So I've got things like laces and trims and all kinds of stuff over here. So I'm going to pull some of this out, see what could be resorted, put someplace that makes more sense. I've got quite a lot of stuff in this little box. And like I said, I'm getting ready to do some tags and what have you, and I'm going to want to use some of this stuff. But when you can't see what's in there, you don't know what you have. So we're going to find out what we have. Whenever I get a pile of things like this, I know it's time to make a lot of tags or pockets or whatever. We'll use it all up. Okay. So these are little things that can be stamped on little pieces of canvas. So they're going back over in the box, because that's where they belong. And then I have some crocheted laces. Those need to be hung up. Now let's see. I'm just going to go through, and every single thing I could hang on here, I'm going to hang, and then I'll hang it over on the wall, so it's out of the way, but then I can see what's there. And I actually can hang more than one item on each one of these rings. And I also, if I want to, as I'm working on things, I can just snip pieces off to use on whatever I'm working on. I'm going to lay all these little laces over here. Together, and then I'll sort them out separately. So the idea is just to take oddball things that are kind of hard to keep where you can see them, where they don't get all jumbled up, and put them in a spot that's accessible. Might not have any company today. It's Mother's Day. Everyone's probably enjoying their Mother's Day. My husband wasn't feeling well this morning, so we told the kids to stay home. They're getting ready to go on a trip, and we don't want to mess up their getting sick before they go. We think he just has a cold. Okay, whoops, here's one. Nope. So I've got all these together. And these are going to get used pretty soon, I hope, once I get started with my next project. Hi, ladies. Lisa, I am sorting and straightening out some things so they'll be ready when I start my next project, which I think is going to be using up stuff that's sitting around and getting it out of the way. Hi, Arlene. Happy Mother's Day to you too, and to anybody else that shows up. Happy Mother's Day. I'm just sort of chilling. You have a box like this where you put all your stuff. It's waiting to be used. I get this, I'm just trying to get this box cleaned out right now first. And if I get that done, then I might actually start working on some things. Some tags, maybe. I feel like a tag working day. Hi, Tammy. Have you recuperated from last night? I couldn't last. I didn't get much sleep the night before. I was just worn out. Oops. Get ready to have a mess here. Knocking stuff off. I'm going to move this out just a little bit. There. So some of these are really long and some aren't. So I'm going to hang the longer ones. The ones that are longer than this, I'm going to hang down here. And then I'm going to sort the rest according to what it is. So if it's crochet, and I think I'm going to cut this apart because I want this for the, just for the tassels. Let me put those. This stuff frays like crazy. So what are y'all doing today? Got kids visiting, or you just working on stuff, or what are you doing? I'm making a mess, apparently. No razzmatazz here today. I'm just chilling out. Chilling out. See, these all make good clusters and what have you. So I always keep them in little pieces. They also make good tabs on pages. This is a piece that I dyed with paint markers that were watered down. This was a piece of lace that I laid on there that got colored. It turned out really cute. I'm going to do some more of that, I think, because I really liked it. Video call with your daughter and 2 grands, excuse me. Oh, it is here too, Arlene. It's been raining. I'm in south of St. Louis, about an hour south of St. Louis, Missouri. And it's the wind's always blowing at our house. We just live in like a little, I don't know if you want to call it a valley or whatever, but it just blows here all the time. So we get that a lot, but it's really been blowing. And raining, so that means the dog can't go out when she wants to. She won't go out in the pouring rain. I don't blame her. I'm glad you got to talk to your kids, Arlene. Got our flowers planted, what few we planted. We planted some petunias, and my husband planted some marigolds for me yesterday. Just a few, not a whole bunch. And we have some lavender that we planted last year that hasn't bloomed yet. But the bushes look really nice so far. All these little bitty pieces. Hate to throw them away because you can still use them, but I hate to leave them sit forever either. So whenever it gets to this point, I try to use them up. I've been starting a new set of needle books that are about ready to line and bead and whatever else is left to do to them. I usually do those upstairs, put them together upstairs in my recliner when I'm sitting there. And then bring them down here to finish, because I don't want beads all over the place upstairs. Hi there, Scrap Chick. Finished 2 journals this week. I was very happy for that. They've been fun working on them, but after a while I want to move on to something else. So those are finished. I think this is going to work pretty well. I think it's a good idea. Okay, what else? Let's see. This needs to be put on a board to hang or something. What do I have? I think this will work. I have one of those carousel things. I don't know, I think Tim Holtz had one, and then some other company had one. I've got the one that's not Tim Holtz, I think. So all my little things like this, I put one of these hooks on. You buy them they're called curtain hooks, I believe. And when you get them, the little hook goes this way, but I need it to go the other way, so I always turn them. And then I can hook this on here and hang it up right by me on my turntable thing. Okay, now I think I know I'm going to be using these smaller, so I'm just going to go ahead and fix them up. And I'm just going to stack them. Because all of these will be used in clusters that I'm going to make pretty soon. In fact, I might do that. Excuse me. I might do that today instead of tags. I don't know. I'm going to do something. I like to have a bunch of things like this ready. Got a lot of little stuff. Just sort them out by size and go from there. Do y'all like doing this kind of thing, or do you find it tedious? Or do you not do it? I'm kind of detail oriented, so I don't mind doing it. But I don't want to do it all the time. So, you know, just when it's needed. We had sale last night at Keisha's Marketplace. I wanted to stay up for the whole thing. I almost made it, but not quite. Of course, I missed out on a few things. I went back this morning and asked Keisha if they were still available. Of course, they weren't, because everything sells so good there. Oh, that's a good idea to do that, Arlene. The only thing I don't like about it is a similar idea. It's very hard to keep on track because every time I see something, I think, oh man, I want to do that right now. I'm trying to stick with it. And I got my laundry totally caught up yesterday, and I want to try to start doing one load a day instead of procrastinating, because there's only two of us and the dog. I don't know how two people and one dog can have so much laundry. That's the way it goes, I guess. So I have a lot of these little lace pieces. I really should do that, Arlene. I should do that when I'm working on things, because that's when I get the most ideas. I'll be working on something and my mind will start wandering, thinking about other things that would work. Then I forget about it later. can just hear her saying that too, Arlene. The old sage. Dee Dee the sage. Sage wisdom. See, these are small, but they're still really pretty, and I love this color, and it's hard to find. This and black, they're always hard to find, and I use those colors a lot. So when I find them, I grab them, even if I don't need them yet. That's when you know you really like something, when you buy it, and you keep buying it even though you have some. And this is very pretty too. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And this came in a bag of scraps that I purchased. I really like it too. It's real soft, and it's like cotton crocheted, but it's got all these lines in it, and it looks really nice with forest type stuff, you know. I'm gonna split this up into color because that's what I usually am looking for, is color. And see, that color is just a little bit different. I like it too, but not as well as this color. Let's see what else. Okay, so I think I'm just going to use these little bags right now to separate these because, like I said, I am getting ready to use them. So there's no need in doing anything fancy with them at this point. Oh my gosh. Run, Arlene, run. Okay. See, I'm getting excited to start working on some clusters or something here. So I'm going to lay these up here. So they'll be here when I get started. Oh my gosh. Good luck, Arlene. Don't get blown away. Okay. Well, that's a start. I think while I'm doing this, I'm going to work on these. I'm looking for my little scissors. Fussy cut yesterday while I was doing laundry. Took everything upstairs. All right, now. How did I decide I was going to do these? I think. I'm just going to tie them. Stuff's fumbling. Well, if we don't hear from Arlene, we'll know she got blown away to Oz or someplace. This stuff is so silky that it's really difficult to tie. Let's see if I can do it. Ah. Oh. Hey. Tied a knot. Now I'm going to put some glue on it to keep the knot in place. I'm afraid it won't stay. These tassels came off of a piece of trim, upholstery trim that I found at Joann's for a very good price. And I passed them on to everyone in the sale and just kept a little bit for myself. There, that worked pretty well. I'm just going under the knot so I don't disturb the knot. And that can always be sewed on something or left on the pin. Nice little tassels. Okay, let's do some more. Let's see if I can do these others as fast. I need to clean my tweezers. That one went faster because the thread was longer. I'm surprised more people aren't streaming this morning or this afternoon, whatever time it is. What time is it? 1:35. Guess everyone's had a busy day. Either being a mom or having a mom, one or the other. Tighten these threads up. There. Well, Arlene finds all her stuff. We don't leave any of our stuff in the front yard. We don't have, I mean, there's plants out there, but they're in the ground. So there's nothing really out there that can blow away. It keeps his trailers out there for the mower and stuff. But they're not going to blow away. Everything in the backyard, if it blows, there's a fence. Everything's inside the fence. So if it blows, it's going to still be in the fence. We've been putting out oranges and jelly for the Orioles. Oh, they are so pretty. Bright orange. The males are bright orange. Baltimore Orioles, excuse me. And I was watching, I think it was yesterday, when the wind was really blowing. And they were out there sitting on the bird feeder, and it was swinging around like crazy. And they're just swinging with it and gobbling up those sweets. You guys are going to blow away. It'll still be there later. They just kept on swinging and eating. Oops, did that wrong. They're so pretty though. The hummingbirds. We've got a few hummingbirds. We always have just a few. Like maybe 6 is the most we'll have all summer. We usually start out with 4. That's what we have right now, I think, is 4. And then I think what happens is they hatch, and then we have more from the babies. And then later in the fall, when they're migrating, We usually have about between 12 and 14 out there at one time, which is pretty amazing. But now we're trying to attract the orioles. We've seen them out there before, but we didn't really have. We had the nectar feeders for the hummingbirds, but I have a feeling that the holes were too small for the orioles to get anything out of. So we put ones out there that they can access, and then we started leaving them oranges and grape jelly, which they really like. Then we had a woodpecker out there yesterday also. He was pretty. He's a nuisance, but he was pretty. Okay, now those are fixed and ready to use. See, I'd rather do all this kind of stuff at the same time, like, you know, make a bunch of clusters or fix all these tassels or whatever, instead of stopping each time to do them, because it takes a lot more time to do it that way. It's a little bit faster if you do several of the same item at a time. Some yo-yos. One little thing. There's one button. Some little stuff. There's a pin. So now I can hang this up, or I can get to it. Okay. Okay, now. I have to leave these out because I have to remember to cut some. And I promised to someone. Alrighty, getting better, looking better. This is how I keep all my I have a lot of these paper clips and my bulb pins. And I keep them out here on the table because I use them all the time. this jar that I brought from upstairs. You need to punch a hole in. Let me do that right quick. Let's see. That don't look right to me, but measurement says it is. And I should have put it on the other side. Well, let's see, how did I do this before? I guess I did it with a thingy. So then I have a knob that goes on this somewhere. So that'll be ready to use. And that's out of the way. Every once in a while, you just gotta stop and take care of stuff. It just keeps piling up. And then you can't find anything. Okay, so that corner's doing pretty good. See, I'm getting really low on this black lace. Start getting stingy with it. I do not know. I was cleaning out some stuff the other day and found this. Now, there's no year on it. And I must have stuck it in somewhere so I wouldn't lose it. But I'm going to say this might have been last year. And it's pretty, I just found it yesterday. So it's very, very on task here. Happy Mother's Day. Hope you enjoy this. This is from my granddaughter. Best grandma ever. I didn't get to see her today. I think this, no, this had to have been when we were in Cancun. the last time. That's where this picture was taken. So that means it was last year. That would have worked out right. So I got to show that to her later, see if she remembers. She's my little crafty girl. All right, now. Get that out. Here's a little bit of string. Keep that out. I got a new punch that I've been using. I really like. It's a slot punch. Keep that out. For our Sullivan's address, need to save that. Just in case I ever want to send her something. Okay, now sure. I'll give you a sneak peek. This is give you a sneak peek. These are my new needle books I'm working on. These are just the covers. They still have a lot of embellishment to go, but they're to the point where they're ready to be lined, and the edge is all finished, and then I'll go back and do the rest. So I'm just gonna do a little flip through here. That's a good cut. These are a little different from the last ones, but that's what makes them fun. That lady. These all have some kind of image that's been added to the fabrics. Some of them you might recognize, some you might not. Then there's the last one. That's what I've been working on. So they're ready for the next step. I've lost my box. What did I do with it? Oh, they're ready for their next step. Okay. Now I'm gonna pull some things over here and see what is ready to start working on. So here I have a bunch of envelopes. I can work on those. Oh, these are Rolodex cards. I don't need those yet. And I've got a lot of images in here. That can be used. Papers. Okay, that box needs to be used out of. I'll put my bases to one side and my stuff to the other. And what's in this one? A bunch of bases, some envelopes, envelopes. Okay, the rest of this is envelopes and napkins that go together. Let's got that. Oh my word. Believe it or not, this is sorted a little bit. Which way to go? Papers. Whoa. People are falling out. People are falling out. I need a bigger envelope for these. To help people's. Here's tickets and things. Bunch of faces. These are all miscellaneous items. A bag. Did you ever see such a mess? Here are some flashcards that I played with a little bit. Put all those card-like things together. Stickers. Okay. Now I'm getting into the other stuff. Here are some beautiful, beautiful napkins. Okay, now I'm down to the scrappy scraps. These can be decorated. Okay. The rest of that is bigger pieces of paper for the backs of tags and the fronts of tags, what have you. Okay, so these are all kinds of little ephemera pieces. Okay. Oh. All right. There we go. What else? So these are some that have already been started and sorted into groups of things that I'll be putting together. So switch out some things. Okay, and these are ready to decorate. So what I'm going to do is start with my bases that need covered, I think. think I'm just going to use some book pages because I have book pages. So these will be big enough. Okay, now, it takes way too long to get situated. Hi, Chris. I'm Michelle Noel. Just hanging out here. Just got through sorting out some things. Now I'm going to get some tags ready to work on. Just sort of killing time today. Playing around. Oh, I don't know with that. How y'all doing? Michelle and Chris. Arlene had to leave. She had to run after all of her stuff that blew off her porch. It's not like we're doing anything big and fancy. I'm just kind of hanging out. Did y'all get some good purchases yesterday? Over at the Crafters Market. Well, I'm sort of organized, Michelle, but I've been digging through stuff and working on stuff really fast, and things don't get put back. Looking for things to sell, and that takes a lot of digging. Wow, that's really crooked. Huh. Fabrics, yep. I could not. She really? I went back and looked at it this morning. It didn't seem like it was that late, but I just couldn't do it. I didn't get enough sleep the night before. I knew my round was probably coming up, but I just couldn't do it. Sometimes you just have to give it up. That is so crooked. I don't know why. The top is crooked. I made it a lot longer than I thought I would because I was very tired. I missed out on a couple of things. but nothing serious. Nothing I really had to have. It doesn't really need to be covered on the back, but it's a little thin, so I'm going to cover it anyway. Oh, thanks, Chris. Well, there'll be more eventually. I think I sent all the ones, or let's see. I lose track. I can't remember if I've already sent her. I think I sent her all the ones I had made, but there's always more coming. How'd you like the doilies? Whatever I cut that off of, this one's exactly the same, just as crooked. Yeah, those were neat papers. I think I got those from, I want to say Graphics Fairy. Pretty sure it was Graphics Fairy. Ah, oh, I hate when that happens. Your cutter gets, it drags the paper. Come on. Hi, Riri. Thank you for coming. You know, that's kind of a family joke. Thank you for coming. Because when my granddaughter was little, she always said that to everybody. Nobody taught her to say it. She always did. Thank you for coming. I need to make some new tabs for the tops. This ridiculous. For the tops of my tabs for my tags. I don't have very many left. I have this really old paper. It's from 1904, I think. 1904, 1905, and it's very brittle. But it works real well for backs. It's a nice color. And I really like the way it absorbs the ink on the edges. Oh, nice, Michelle. That'll be fun. perfect fit. Don't trust things to be straight. Okay, Michelle, thanks for stopping by, babe. We're just piddling around here. Something for you to turn on in the background. I need to order some stick glue sticks. I got 2 things coming that I ordered for myself. Ordered some wax, what to call it, wax pressing tools and wax and stamps and all that. And what else? I ordered a envelope punch board because I want to be able to punch my own envelopes easily. I have the little one by Memory Makers, but I don't have the big one. I have the tiny one. But I want the bigger one so then I could use my own papers to make the envelopes, because I have a lot of masterboard papers that I can use. Basics Mega glue sticks from Walmart. I couldn't even find any glue sticks at Walmart the other day. We looked all over the place. They didn't even have them singly. You know, I wanted a whole big pack, but they didn't even have the single ones. I don't know what that was all about. They're out of the strangest stuff. I still have a few. To get by with. I don't mind leaving the backs of my tags white or tan or whatever, but I just think they look more finished if they have something on them. Come on. Get with it. My husband seems to have a head cold. So we didn't go to church this morning, and we told the kids not to come over. They've all had COVID already. We have not. But they're getting ready to go out of the country, and we didn't want them to, you know, even have a cold and have to deal with it. So just told them to stay home. Well, if they have them in the store, I ought to be able to order them. Do they have them in a big box? Like a dozen or something? This paper I've dyed with, I think this is dyed with paint pens. Ah. I'm trying to pick out the bigger ones. Basic, create basics, mega glue stick. Write that down. Here's the scissors. You could be jabbering right now. Sometimes it's nice just to be quiet. Not that I don't often jabber. So, what else have I got here? Little stuff. Here's my little stuff. I have a lot of little stuff. Oh, here. Here's some. Oh. I don't know when I'm going to get my wax seal stuff. Like 10 to 20 days seemed excessive. I'm so spoiled with Amazon. We get so spoiled being able to get things instantly. I think one thing COVID has shown us is that we're spoiled. Some people don't want to admit it, but I believe that we are. Most of us. Of course, there's some people who don't have that opportunities that others have. They deserve to be spoiled, but they're not. I think somebody's making popcorn upstairs. I smell it. Okay, I think I'm going to stop at those and see what I'm going to put on the other side. So I can move these out of the way. Oh, it's going to do that one. And that one. Not done. Not done at all. Okay. Finish this first. Well, that's already been covered. So what's that? Ah. I feel so relaxed. I was shopping for a new swimsuit the other day. Didn't find anything yet. I don't really need it until October, so I got time. But I'd kind of like to find one and get it over with. to order some new shirts. All the ones I have are getting pretty old. Glue on there, made it want to stick. It. Chris, are you still here? What are you up to today? And you too, Riri. Just hanging around, enjoying the calm. Everybody's chilled out today. That's good. You need to chill out some days. Okay. Well, trying to find my looking for something. Okay, now some of this stuff I can move out of the way. All right. These are some of my master pages, scans of them. Keep the originals. Actually, I think these are copies, not scans. Pretty much the same thing, but I like to make a colored one in black and white. I think this is what I want to use. Because I think these are going to be crocheted tags. So And I'm not really even looking to see, you know, where I'm going to place it, because the whole thing is pretty good. And I had a real skinny one, but that might have been it. Oh, oh, oh well. I didn't mean to do that. But since I already put the glue on there, and it's still kind of thin, so I could use something. once I get these all ready, then I'll have a big stack, a really big stack of tags to work on. Now these I've already covered. They're covered with napkins, so they're ready to do something with. Excuse me. Oh, I forgot to put these. Hi, Penny. How are you today? Are you enjoying Mother's Day? You know, it's so strange when you're a young mother, you have your mother, your own mother to celebrate with, and then you have yourself, your mother. And it goes on like that for quite some while. And then when your mother's gone, you're the oldest one. So then you have your daughter and your grandchildren. And it's changed a little bit. Oh, great. That's nice. That's pretty. Glue on there. I have one daughter, one granddaughter, of course, my son-in-law, who I think of as a son. And they were coming over for dinner or for the day, but we told them this morning that we think they should not come because my husband has a sore throat. But that's okay because we see him all the time. So it's not like I don't feel like I'm missing out. Oh, I didn't see that line there. I have to fix that. Let's see. Just going to. That's wonderful. I am having a wonderful day still. I'm just kind of taking my time and piddling around and having a good time. Mm-hmm. Do not know where I got these, but they are so crooked. To cut off the bird. Maybe I can make it work. I don't want to cut the bird off. This. It's probably gonna look goofy. I guess it'll do. Okay. I'm so quiet today, you might just be falling asleep. But that's okay too. You need some rest, take a nap. Well, I keep losing that tag somewhere. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I've lost the glue. Here it is. Now I've lost my stack. Good grief, Deborah. Here we go. Ah. I can't even imagine having great grandkids. It seems it took us so long to have one child that I never thought I would even have grandkids for a long time. I wish I had been as good a mother as my daughter is. I think she's a much better mother than I ever was. So hopefully it means I must have raised her right somehow. Or just by the grace of God, she turned out. sometimes when young mothers at church are looking for answers and tips and what have you on how to raise their children, they come to the older women, which is as it should be, and ask them for advice. Scares me to death. Oh, I never have felt very good in that department as far as being a mother goes. I didn't do anything bad. I just feel like I could have done things a lot better than I did. So it's, it's kind of hard to give advice, except I can tell them what not to do. It doesn't work. There's going to be some big tags. That's 8 inches. I like big tags though. Sometimes I cut them down a little bit. I was very fortunate that God totally knew what he was doing when he gave me one child. It was a girl, and she was easy. If I had had a mean kid, I shouldn't say mean. If I had had a hard child, one that's hard to discipline or didn't behave or whatever, I would have been in deep trouble. We almost had a little boy. We almost adopted a little boy. But that didn't, we decided not to, because right about the time the baby became available, I found out I was pregnant after 6 years. And the little boy had been just left by himself so much. There was nothing physically wrong with him. He just had been ignored. And by the time, if we had taken him, by the time our daughter came along, we were afraid. We were afraid that he would just have been getting the attention that he needed, and then it would have to be divided again. And we were pretty young still. And we were just afraid that it would be bad for both of the children. So another couple got the little boy who they had tried absolutely everything to get pregnant, everything that was available at the time. And they had been told they could not. See, they couldn't tell me that I could not. They just couldn't tell me if I could. So I just never knew. But anyway, he went to live with them. They adopted him, and he thrived. So we were very happy about that. Even though it was very tempting to take him, we were glad that we did not. That it worked out so well for him otherwise, and for the other family. I'm liking the way these are looking. It'd be really nice to crochet around because they have such a nice designs on them. Look at those pretty roses. Oop. I wonder if I'm going to have to make supper today, cook-wise. I think I'm going to have salad. Salad sounds really good. Some oranges in it. Last night we made hot dogs on the grill and had, excuse me, had cabbage and potatoes with it, cooked on the grill, baked potatoes, and it was really good. This must be the last one. Last one. Last glue stick. I was doing a big project that required a lot of hot glue, and I ordered like gross or something like that. So I have a drawer full of hot glue. I didn't need all of it. Got this paper on a little crooked, so it looks crooked, but I think it's straight. I'll have to check it. Nope, it really is crooked. Yep. I like these scissors. These are Westcott titanium non-stick scissors. And they're really made for cutting cardboard and heavier things like that, and they work very well. I highly recommend them for what it's worth. How many more? A few. Oh. It almost fit. Excuse me. Penny, do you have a YouTube channel that you do videos on? In other words, can I go see what you do there? This is so thin, I'm going to back it again. I'm messy too. I like to be neat, but I'm messy. But you know, if I didn't have at least a little bit of organization, everything wouldn't be able to fit. So there's that. I really will have to take the time soon to do a real good cleaning in my craft space. Because I've got stuff I still haven't unpacked from when we moved 3 years ago and set, it's not set out properly. It's been open, but it's not been really unpacked. So I need to do that this summer. Notice I gave myself a big leeway this summer. Okay. Yeah, was that all of those? I think so. Let's see. These away. Okay. Oh. Now, see, that's what. I like doing crochet tags, but punching the holes takes a lot of time. I use a little metal punch because it makes a small hole. I wish I could find something that made an even smaller hole, but I haven't. So I've just been using that one. These actually look very pretty. Well, Penny, I guess I wanted to see what you said real big, didn't I? How do I do that? Hide. Sorry. Let's hit that by accident. These all are really pretty. Came out nice. I really like those master boards that I did. I don't know why, but when I make long tags, I always think they look nicer with rounded edges. Rounded corners, I mean. I'm sure there's a reason. So, So I've got these. I have some envelopes. Okay, so these are ready to do something with. These need something done to them. So look at all these. That one came out pretty. Those there. And I think I don't think I want to still use the papers that I made. Let's see what I have over here. I don't think I want to use napkins right now. So I think I might do this. That's yours and no buck. I know what you mean, Penny. Deadlines help. Deadlines help. I have no idea what I'm looking for. Just whatever. Ooh, those. I love lamps like that. had some lamps like that. Save the sewing stuff for sewing journals. Benny, I just finished doing 5 dresses for a wedding. That was last weekend. Last weekend? Yeah, last weekend. I'm kind of glad that's over. It wasn't our family, it was friends. Huh. I have this table right here. That is amazing. I'm pretty sure it's that one. Parlor tables. $6.50. Ah. Yeah, it took a while. I didn't have to make them all. I had to alter them all. Sometimes that's worse. I think I'd rather make it than alter it. But yes, it's done. It wasn't that bad. I'm just glad it's done. I'm glad I was able to do it for them because it's very expensive to have it done. I'm looking at these clocks because I have an old. Nope, that's not it. I have one of these old kinds of clocks. Okay, that should be enough. I think, at least to get started. It was a beautiful wedding. It was outside on a farm. Well, it's not a working farm, but oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. But had a big red barn in the backdrop and had a beautiful pond. It was nice. And it was very, very windy that day too. Weddings take so much work. My husband told my daughter when she got married, if they would just run away and get married, he'd give them $10,000. But they were extremely frugal with their wedding. I did all the decorations, and the only thing we ended up having to rent or whatever was some candelabras. And it seemed like there was one other thing. I think it was just the candelabras. It was in a very small church, and they didn't have bridesmaids or groomsmen. Their fathers stood up with each of them, which was pretty cool. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to use that. Just cutting this paper to fit inside this envelope. Okay, there's step one. So quiet here. I'm so relaxed. I'm so quiet. Your box to the left. I can't even figure out how to organize the scraps. Well, I kind of do it by subject. So I have like here, I have mostly big pieces of text and music. And then in the front, I have some smaller pieces. And then, where's another box? Oh, here it is. Here's another box. It's got little pieces and little things in it. And here's, so like for instance here, this is all I call graph type paper in pieces. So I put that separate. And then here's all corrugated stuff. I put that separate in the bag. And that way it doesn't get as jumbled up. And when I want a whole bunch of pieces like this, I have them. Now that's the goal. That's what I try to do. And then I have a couple boxes like this with different things in it. I have a few in front of this box. I have a few ephemera stuff that I can use. And then I have another box over on my roll around table tray that has similar stuff in it, smaller size stuff. And in my little roller tray over here is one of those things that goes between those little skinny trays that go between a washer and dryer, you know, when you have that little bitty space and you can put it between the washer and dryer. And so it's real narrow. And I have the middle shelf of it, I have a long skinny box, and it has colored, solid colored scraps in it. So if I want to, if I just want something solid colored, I can just grab out of there. And it's semi-sorted by color. But this is about the biggest piece there is in there. You know, they're small. So, you know, you go in there and you can pick up a bunch of greens or purples or pinks or reds or whatever. I'm getting kind of low on those because every once in a while I make a bunch of greeting cards for church, and just take them over and leave them, and then whenever somebody needs one, they just pull one out and use it. But they're pretty well stocked right now, so haven't had to do that in a while. But the last time I did it, I did like 200 or something cards, and I used all scraps. The only thing I didn't do scraps, I did not make the envelopes. I bought the envelopes because it was cheaper to buy them. But everything else was pretty much scraps. And they came out pretty nice. I didn't put, not too many of them, hardly any of them had greetings of any kind. I just left them blank. But they came out pretty nice. I was really pleased with them. Then I have a clothes rack that I shortened down as short as it will go. So it's probably only about a yard tall, about 36 inches tall or something like that. And I have these little clothes hangers. Let's see, here's one. I have these little clothes hangers. Aren't they cute? That I used to have for a display in a store where I sold, and I had things hanging on them. But now I use them to hang on that rack, and I hang big paper that doesn't fit anywhere easily, or just specialty papers and things like that, and I hang them there. So there's about 25 hangers, and they're all hanging over there. So it's close enough where I can get to it. And it's not hard to get to, but it's out of my way for the most of the time. And I have some other little tricks that I use. But I'm finding that hanging stuff is really a good way to keep things. I have these little racks on the wall that allow me to hang all kinds of stuff. And I have different size bags that I put things in and hang them up. And it keeps them out of the way, but they're back here behind me where they're easy to get to. So I kind of like how that works. I just did. Oh, here it is. So these will get more decoration later. Just getting the grunt work out of the way is what I call it. I do that too, Penny. I have a lot of things I do. On this, I have a nice size space, and I've got it divided into stations. So on this side, and I have it divided down the middle with some cabinets. So on this side of the space, I have sewing. I mean, not sewing, what am I saying? I have paper, mostly paper, metal, clay, glass, and resin. And the other side is sewing, beading, I guess that's pretty much it over there. I do have some paint over there. And then there's another section that is over under the steps. That's I have my Cricut and my heat press is over there. So there's plenty going on down here. If I didn't keep it somewhat organized, you wouldn't be able to move. And I have pegboard. All my walls are pegboard. Even the back of the cabinets that divide the room is pegboard. So that makes me an additional storage space on the paper side. And then on the fabric side, is the cabinet doors for the sewing supplies. So over there I have an embroidery machine, a couple sewing machines, a serger, which I seldom use. I just got that wrong. Yeah, I did. It's okay, I'll just fix it. I haven't done any clay or resin or glass or metal recently, or beading. I've been concentrating on paper, clearing out, and getting rid of stuff that I don't think I will actually use in the next 10 years. I don't want to leave all this mess for somebody to have to clean up. And I don't, I'd like for it to be straighter myself. So my big goal is nothing on the floor, nothing in a pile, in a way to organize everything easily. It's a pretty big goal, actually. But I've been doing pretty good. Keisha's been selling for me. But it's a slow, slow, slow process. Every time you pull something out, you make a bigger mess. When all my journals that I'm working on, I make a lot of journals, and all of them, whenever I'm in the process, are saving stuff up, because I mostly do by themes. So I have those plastic zipper pouches, and I put one journal subject in each one. So I have one, I always have one that says sewing, because I do sewing journals. I always have one that says travel, one that says forest, and so on and so forth. And then I'll have special ones that I've come across something I want to make a journal with. And so that's what I do. I just keep filling them up until I have enough to make 1 or 2 journals. And then I'll do that and start over again. Anything that's left over, I put back in. Oh, I like that. Let's see if I can do this. So when one of my pouches it gets so stuffed, I can barely zip it. I know it's past due to be made, for that journal to be made. When I started making journals, I've been making them for about 2 years now. I had so much stuff that it was an ideal way to use up things and make something with it. So one of the things that I had that I was able to use, and also after we moved 3 years, well, it's almost 4 years now, I guess. After we moved and I was unpacking, I began sorting stuff out so that things were more together than they were before. So I ended up with like 20 legal pads in different colors, yellow ones, blue ones, pink ones, that were partially used. So I had stuff like that, you know, legal pads, accounting sheets, and all kinds of stuff like that. So I kind of had a head start on it. And was able to use up a bunch of stuff. Still using it up. So that was a good way to do it. My new thing that I try to do is not bring something new in if something hasn't gone out. And I don't buy scrapbooking paper by the packs anymore. I never bought a piece of scrapbook paper, just one piece of scrapbook paper, because I would wait until the packets, or until the books went on sale, and take advantage of the sale, and then just use out of the pack as I felt like it. I never just bought for a particular project, never, because I didn't really do scrapbooking. I just used the scrapbooking supplies. So I accumulated a lot of paper. Before we moved, I donated about 500 sheets to my granddaughter's school. And they were pretty happy to get that. And if I had known that I was going to be making journals, I would have done it a little differently. Because I kept the heavy duty stuff, the higher quality stuff, you know, and gave away all thin paper. Now I wish I had some of the thin paper. But I have plenty of other stuff to use, so I don't worry about it too much. It was a lot of paper. It's hard, Penny. Especially if I grew up and didn't have anything, you know. And I've been crafting for 50 years. And I try to buy, I haven't always been able to, but in later years, you know, I try to buy the highest quality things that I can when it comes to tools and stuff like that. And they last, you know, so why get rid of them? And I do enough different things that they, you know, I could use a lot of my tools in different ways with different media. So I don't mind buying decent tools. But I really started not buying something just because it's on sale. And I know it's not that I won't use it. I know I will use it. But buying it just because it's on sale and then have to find a place to put it. I don't do that anymore. So boring today, I'm about to put myself to sleep. I'm going to stop here pretty soon, go upstairs and see what I need to do for supper. Got too much glue on my fingers. Sticking to everything. Okay, Penny, thanks for coming by. And I wish you well on your organization and the upcoming wedding. And have a good evening. Got so much glue on me. Okay, so I guess I'm going to give it up for now. And when I come back next time, which might be soon, I'll still be working on this pile of stuff. It's a process. Okay, thanks for coming by. Come back again. Bye-bye.